Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. K. Anil Kumar, Assistant Professor, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. Today, we are going to discuss about the module Problems of Tribal Development under paper Tribal Cultures of India. So students, let us discuss what we are going to learn from this module. First objective will be to understand the tribal situation in India. Second, to understand the various factors responsible for the tribal problems. Third, to understand different problems faced by the tribes in India. To study the possible remedies proposed and implemented by the government and different scholars. So, now let us understand the term called tribe. The term tribe, though a regular word in most of the scholastic dimension of today's world, astonishingly has not found a universal definition till today, even after years of research and study. The problem is not lack of dedication or interest, but the word is so diverse and dynamic to accommodate dissimilar sets of human population in one module. For example, the tribes call themselves by names which associate them to their land and surroundings. They declare themselves to be the first inhabitant of their land or the first human beings. This assertion though falls short in the constitutional framework of defining the tribes based on their socio-economic status and in comparison to the other subpopulation of the country. The Indian Constitution defines them under constitutional term the scheduled tribes, which serves the purpose of designating certain communities where membership is acquired by birth for the benefits that the government provides them with the explicit aim of bringing them at par with the other communities of the country. Article 366 clause 35, if you see the Constitution of India, states that the scheduled tribes are those communities which are scheduled in accordance with Article 332 of the Constitution. But this definition is again contradictory by the field study approach of sociological, anthropological, and various historical scholars, along with different NGOs working in the tribes, who try to define tribe through certain measurable characteristics, some of which are we'll discuss here. Groups having a territorial affiliation, segmental solidarity, economic interdependence through barter and gifts, no surplus generation, importance of family and kinship relation, use of similar technology or simple technology, resilient to change, endogamous, no specific function, specialization functions, common language or dialect, recognize social distance with other tribes and castes, follow tribal tradition, beliefs and customs. This list is not exhaustive but contains some of important features of the tribes through which one tribe can be differentiated from other. In context of study and research, tribes have been classified on the basis of biogenetic variation, linguistic variability, economic or subsistence strategy, geographical distribution, etc. Different methods of study have added to significantly different numerical ascriptions to the total tribal communities of India. Roy Burman reported 427 tribal communities in India, whereas Anthropological Survey of India stated the number as 314. In addition to the above numbering crunching, the Tribal Development Division Government of India informed an aggregate of 316 scheduled tribes in India. So, the data is available depending upon the context and purpose of the study. If you see the map, you can see that the concentration of tribes in India is scattered all over the states. And if you divide states according to the tribe, you can find northeastern zone tribes, central zone tribes, southern zone tribes, where northeastern zone tribes has highest concentration of tribal population. For example, in Mizoram state, 94.5%, then Meghalaya, Nagaland is also consist of 89.1%. And if you come to central India, you find more or largest concentration of population in Madhya Pradesh, that is 20.3%. And in southern part of India, we have tribes in Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, where in Tamil Nadu you find 1.0%, and where you have considerable tribes in the states of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, where in Gujarat you can find 14.8% of population. Also, you find population of tribes in Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, and towards northern region of India, you find very low tribal concentration in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, where you can find only 0.1% in Uttar Pradesh and 0.9% in Bihar. Whereas, except Chandigarh, Punjab, you find tribe population at Himachal Pradesh, that is 4.0%. The factors affecting tribal development. You can see that there are various factors that affecting the tribal development, that is urbanization and industrialization, socio-cultural factors, forest policy and tribals, their conservatism and reluctance to change. Let us discuss about the factors affecting tribal development, that is urbanization and industrialization. It is apparent that the tribal communities, being autonomous and highly dependent upon natural resources around them to sustain their life in the harness zone of the world, apart from satisfying the basic requirements of these communities. These zones also harbor rich industrial and mineral resources which are turned into economic gains through several government and non-governmental industrial projects. If you see industrialization affected by exploiting resources in tribal region creates a pull factor through employment opportunities and target market and profit. Whereas factors that affecting by urbanization changes the lifestyle of people, requires expenditure to fulfill demands, attracts the poor tribals towards luxuries. The factors effects on tribal of this urbanization and industrialization displace tribal people from their lands and control on households expenditure marked by lack of literacy, poverty and disintegration of tribal life and culture. Due to industrialization, there will be recruitment as unskilled laborers in the industries. The factors affecting tribal development is socio-cultural factors. Like the effects on the other social extents of India, the tribes have also undergone change in terms of their structure and function, though this change is slow and mostly because of circumstances than acceptance. The tribal structure, which is supposed to be simple and rigid, has observed penetrance of some external elements into their lifestyle, which is shifting from more towards civilized to complex societies. In the Indian subcontinent, due to already existing diversities, there are different compartments of society like religion, economy, power, politics, which is mentioned in the slide, which spans through the other cultures to locate where they would be attend with their community. One such shift is through religion, which finds more potent followers among the social marginalized tribals by building contacts with them. This may be induced by force, by capturing their area, or by acceptance, by increasing trade and infiltration into their domains. The tribal communities are more susceptible to religious conversions because of their either ostracism by their own community members or lack of literacy and inability to take alert decisions. For example, in the Chota Nagpur region, most of the Khariyas took a Christianity and were able to gain educational opportunities through the Christian missionaries. They were the ones who were aware of the stipends, scholarship, and reservations provided to them, and to which they readily accepted and consequently made their way to the urban areas. Such tribals on migration got socially isolated from their brethren in the rural areas and developed a new ways of living. So the differentials created in this manner diverged one tribe into two parts. Similarly, in one region, if the member of the tribe convert or two or more religious sects, there is a socio-cultural barrier created between them which restricts their interaction and creates tension. The central and western region of India have experienced more diversion of tribes into the Hindu hierarchical system, where they find a place at par with the lower caste tribes or jati, that is, tribe caste continuum. Whereas the northeastern region, because of its rugged terrain, allowed enough isolation to its tribes to develop into comparatively distinct communities in terms of culture, beliefs, and customs. The introduction of the other religions like Islam, Christianity, and Jainism, etc., into their secluded zones brought important changes in their structure. Students, now we'll discuss about forest policy and tribals. Forest policies are the governmental inputs to safeguard the interest and protection of the tribes and their natural habitat from over exploitation. Because of different developmental levels of different tribes, their dependency on their natural surroundings varies. A research on same points out that Birhor's PTGs are almost 90% dependent on the forest. Here, as this percentage among the Malars, that is hill cultivators, and other communities like Mundas, Orans, Hos, etc., is 60% and 45% respectively. Keeping this in mind, a concrete and uniform policy for all the regions and tribes seems inseparable, as every tribe and its requirement varies owing to its social, educational, occupational, survival needs. Specific policies are required to be framed and implemented at different regional levels. Before the 19th century, the tribals enjoyed absolute rights over their areas, but when in 1894 the first national policy on forest was formulated, the commercial exploitation of the resources started, with the state controlling most of the affairs, leading to tribal revolts. This exploitation changed to the developmental terms named industrialization and urbanization when independence was achieved, again restricting the tribal rights. The new forest policy of 1952 recognized six vital needs which focus on national development based on deriving resources from the forest and limiting its access to the people, including the tribals, by leaving a grazing free. The state governments, although introduced some resettlement and rehabilitation schemes for the displaced nomads by arranging tribal colonies with pakka houses and settled occupation base, the tribal inclined to abandon them and return to their old habitats. This led to failure of most of the schemes of the government. The problem with all the policies as identified by the anthropologists was that the relationship between forest and tribes was not seriously taken care of. The lacunae lies in absence of optimum compensation provided to the tribals for their land, inadequate wages for their work as a laborers, lack of follow-up after their dispatcher, uh, a conveyance between the forest contractors and officials, then large-scale exploitation and trade of forest resources by the tribals and the non-tribals, establishment of new projects, industries, national parks and sanctuaries. In the new forest policy of 1988, although the participation of people and tribals was sought along with the accommodation to protect the tribals dominated area, but still the problems related to tribal welfare are noticed. The factor affecting tribal development is conservatism and reluctance to change. The tribes, being the culture developed in isolation, have devised their own way of living, confining themselves to their own set of culture, dialects, people, community, and region. Because of this, they have an inclination towards their own people, area, and resources, and an element of reluctance, mistrust, and non dependence towards any alien agency pertaining to their area. This element has intensified over time because of establishment of industries, frauds by moneylenders and traders, and unfocused and weak government policies. Even if the government tries to bring some developmental programs and policies to their area, they tend to be rejected and stalled. Many of the governmental policies framed had lacked understanding of this relationship between the tribes and their lands, which created problems both for the tribes and the officials deployed at their place to monitor the developmental program and right tribal revolts. As I earlier discussed, those factors, apart from those factors, there are few more factors that affecting the tribal development. That is land alienation, indebtedness, identity crisis, poor literacy and education, unemployment, displacement and rehabilitation, health, nutrition, and hygiene. Now we'll discuss about the factors affecting tribal development by land alienation. Failure of non-tribal planners in understanding the special relationship between the tribals and their land, the nature of disposition of the tribals from their land, political motive, economic motive, religious motive, etc., increase chances of exploitation of tribals by the traders and moneylenders. Loss of tribal rights over their land through changes in forest policy. Due to land alienation, various problems are entering into the tribal life. That is, because of land alienation, inadequate amount of compensation for the land given to tribals, and they have been displaced from their lands by projects. They have not been properly rehabilitated, so rehabilitation problem, and ineffective machinery and measures for implementation of legislation and prevention of alienation wherever the development programs are taking place, and faculty preparation of the record of rights and recruitment of tribal laborers into cruel working conditions are taking place. Social implications of different patterns of legislation. If you see the picture, you see that due to land alienation, there are various agitations are going in India, and they are telling that stop forcefully taking their lands for the government purpose or for the industrial purpose. Indebtedness. The main reason for indebtedness can be listed as poor income, ignorant of equitability price system, extravagant expenditure on large scale social celebrations, festivals and occasions like marriage, birth, and death, adherence to the panchayat decisions regarding fines for fear of excommunication. The tribal economy is characterized by the subsistence economy marred by the problems of illiteracy and unemployment. Even where the employment is present, the wages are so meager that running a house from the amount become difficult. With the increase of the tribal population after independence, the problem has aggravated as in accordance with the population that land yield has not increased. In such a situation, when the performance of the traditional rituals like initiating ceremonies come forth, the tribals have to depend on the following two sources. That is, one is on the organized or institutional sources like bank, cooperatives, societies, etc., or unorganized sources like private money lenders, shopkeepers, friends, and relatives. You can see from the picture that how a tribal lady is taking money from money lenders by giving some things to them. About indebtedness, except in the Northeast India, the loan relationship is generally between a tribal and non-tribal. The various governmental legislations have failed eradicating indebtedness among tribal because the entire population is not covered. The extent of practice in different states is unknown. The word bonded labor has been well defined. Lack of machinery to enforce these orders. Cases of bonded labor not reported mostly because of their socioeconomic background and lack of knowledge. Financial constraints for the development projects. In the table, you can see the prevalence of poverty among scheduled tribes in different states. With the source of NSSO 55th round in 1999 to 2000, they have come up with an incidence of poverty among the STs in different states, that at the left side the incidence of poverty or percentage is given, whereas in the right side the states where the prevalence of poverty is more. In the states like Orissa, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, and including Chhattisgarh, incidence of poverty is very high. It is extremely high, that is more than 50% people in these states are poorer condition. Whereas in the states like West Bengal, Maharashtra, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, including Uttarakhand, you can find a poverty at 35 to 50%, and a moderate poverty from 20 to 30% you can find in the states like Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka, Rajasthan. Whereas in northern states you find the rate of poverty is very low, that is below 20%. There are various problems in tribal development, and we discuss about one of the problem, that is identity crisis that taking place among the tribals. And identity crisis may be because of the minority and isolation, also intermixing of tribals with other tribal groups or other groups, that because of that they are losing their cultural identity. And also many of the tribals are converting gradually into various religions, that is conversion followed by reversal to tribal culture. Poor literacy and education among the tribes. According to 2001 census, the literacy rate among the scheduled tribes was recorded as 47.10%, with the females of the tribes of Bihar accounting for the lowest 15.54%. The literacy rate among the scheduled tribes was lowest in Bihar, that is 28.17%, and the highest in Mizoram, 89.34%. Now we'll focus on poor literacy and education. An important index of development is the estimate of the literacy and education level of an area. It imparts social cognition and ability to comprehend their social, political, and cultural environment better. It is a catalyst for the social upliftment, promoting the importance of health, nutrition, saving, employment, hygiene, and personal and community growth. As for the 2001 census, the literacy rate among the scheduled tribes was regarded as 47.10%, with the females of the tribes of Bihar accounting for the lowest, that is 15.54%. The data shows that the literacy rate among tribals was lowest in Bihar, that is 28.17%, and the highest in Mizoram, that is 89.34%. Even among the tribes of India, the dispersion of literacy is not uniform. For example, in Bihar, the Orans and Mundas are educated, but the Birhors, Asurs, and many other numerically small tribal groups are the least educated in India. Over the years, literacy and lack of education has proved to be major cause of most of the tribal problems, including land alienation, indebtedness, exploitation of by moneylenders, unemployment, etc. The major issues felt with the non-attainment of the literacy level in tribal areas includes remoteness of the schools and institutions, poor living livelihood means, inadequate facility and quality of education, language and cultural barriers, unavailability and unwillingness of teachers to teach in remote and tribal areas, lack of occasional training, the schedule and vacations of schools does not match with the period of important tribal festivals. As a result, either the enrollment of the children is low or there is a high number of dropouts. Education is a major problem for the tribal children. As you see from this figure, no education for 1.4 million tribal children in Orissa. Unemployment. Reasons for unemployment is illiteracy, addictions to alcohol, social and cultural factors, unawareness among the tribes in India. Unemployment. You can make out unemployment percentages among the tribals that from the source of census of India 2001-2011, where lot of tribal people is lack of employment. Displacement and rehabilitation. The rapid establishment of industries and modern infrastructures requires land and resources which are generally sought from the forest areas. These being the inhabitation areas of the tribals are disturbed with such a penetration, making the tribals leave their lands and hence identity to a new place where they have no knowledge about the people and resources, and their illiteracy and lack of skills adds to their obstructions. Health, nutrition, and hygiene. One of the major problems among the tribals is the one created by them and lack of effective research and policies, that is lack of health, nutrition, hygiene. The major reasons for the poor health among the tribals includes lack of personal hygiene and sanitation, tobacco and alcohol consumption from the early age, early marriage, absence of effective waste disposal, lack of family planning, early childbirth, lack of ventilation in living places, paucity of clean drinking water, lack of immunization and medical facilities, illiteracy and lack of awareness, superstitions, low consumption of important dietary products like meat, fish, egg, milk, etc. The problem is manifested in different forms like malnutrition, frequent abortions, and fatal microbial and pest disease, leading to low life expectancy among the tribals. The other problems, as LP Vidyarthi pointed, are at the level of policy, implementation, and recruitment and training of personnel. The reasons of poor impacts can be listed as lack of special attention to tribal and scheduled areas in spite of constitutional provisions, inadequate allotted funds, lack of coordination and integration between the sectoral programs and departments both at center and state level, ineffective personnel policy of the government, lack of scientific planning and research, politicization of the tribal issues, and failure on the part of tribal societies to erect dedicated and enlightened social representatives. The possible solutions to all the problems by improvement at policy implementation and recruitment and training personnels should be taken are as follows: providing rehabilitation subsidy, share in profits that are generated through their lands and resources, replacing the concept of compensation by time bound development premium, promoting their participation in the decision making process, increasing social consciousness through literacy, mobilization of public opinion through massive program, provision of governmental aid in legal fights, access to easy loan and banking facility, provisions of alternative credit facilities to the tribals for long term, short term and medium term basis. There are also various solution measures, that is granting scholarship to the tribal children, promoting interest in sports, prioritizing girls' education, revisiting the holiday with respect to different tribal areas, providing residential school facilities, easy transportation to the student and staff, ensuring availability of clean drinking water, control on excessive alcohol and tobacco consumption, providing easy medical facilities. So, student, let us see what we have learned in this module. That is, first we have learned about the definition of tribes varies with context and region. As you know very well, the term tribe has been referred at with different names like indigenous people, aboriginals, First Nation people, etc. We have also learned major factors affecting tribal developments. That is, among them are urbanization and industrialization. As you know very well, because of urbanization and industrialization, lot of changes, socio-cultural changes are coming among the tribal peoples, and also there are various affecting problems like forest policy and their conservationism and reluctance to change. The major problems of tribal development are land alienation. This is a very serious problem in the country. Then indebtedness, then identity crisis. Again, we can say that poor literacy and education is also a major problem. Unemployment is also a serious problem. Displacement and rehabilitation is a very serious problem among the tribal areas. Also, there have problems like health, nutrition, and hygiene. So, apart from this, there are so many other problems from the government side, that is including gaps in constitutional provisions. There is inadequate funds, lack of coordination between the departments and integration from various departments in the government, and also ineffective in personnel policy of the government, lack of scientific planning and research, and politicization of tribal issues. So, for this, there are possible solutions to solve this problem. So, the possible solutions to solve all the problems is there should be an improvement in policy. After improvement in policy, there should be proper implementation of this policy, and also the recruitment and training of personnel is also very important. Whereas there is also, we should have the cooperation of people and tribals is required to achieve this goal. Thank you.